Today, let's talk about the end of an era. We're diving into the final chapter for this totally iconic three-wheeled vehicle that, for more than 75 years, has been the buzzing, hardworking soul of Italy's streets. This is the story of Italy's last hug, its farewell to the ape truck. Like being hugged by a loved one. Wow. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. That's an incredibly powerful thing to say, right? It comes from a man named Crescenzo Longella, a true lifelong enthusiast. And he's not talking about a person. He's talking about driving a tiny truck. So that's really the big question we're going to explore. Why on earth would someone feel that way about what's basically a three-wheeled work vehicle? What is it about this little machine that's so special that its departure from its homeland feels like losing a close friend?
Okay, so to really get that feeling, that hug, we need to get to know the vehicle itself. Let's dig into what the ape is all about. So this is it. The ape. And you say it APE, which actually means bee in Italian. How perfect is that? I mean, it's the perfect name for a vehicle famous for buzzing through those narrow city streets and winding country roads. For over 3/4 of a century, it's been the go-to mini truck, the absolute indispensable workhorse of Italy.
And you know, what's so incredible is that this timeline, it tells a whole story. The AP was launched back in 1948, this little symbol of hope designed to literally help put a nation back together after the war. Then it becomes this icon of the economic boom. And now, in 2024, that long, incredible Italian journey, well, it's come to an end.
Let's really zoom in on the role it played in daily life. Because you got to understand, this was never a luxury item. Nope. This was a tool for survival and for success.
So, the key is who was using the ape? And the answer is everyday people. It was the backbone for them. You had traders loading it up with goods for the market, farmers bringing produce in from the fields, fishers hauling their catch from the coast, and just countless small business owners making their deliveries. It was cheap, it was nimble, and it was tough. It was truly the vehicle of the people. But, like we said, that long and amazing history has now hit a turning point, and for so many, a really sad one.
And this is the date, December 2024. That was the final month of production at the Piaggio factory in Tuscany. After 76 years, the very last Italian-made ape rolled off the assembly line. Just imagine that.
And the reaction from its most dedicated fans, from the collectors, well, it can really be summed up in this one single word: heartbroken. For them, this isn't just a factory closing down. No way. It's the loss of a real piece of Italian identity, a part of their own lives and their own history. But hold on. The story doesn't completely end there. The legacy of the ape is now kind of splitting, and it's heading down two very, very different roads.
Remember Crescenzo Longella, the man who said driving an ape felt like a hug? Well, his dedication is just on another level. Get this. This number, over 70. That's how many ape vehicles he owns personally. 70. That's not a collection. That is a mission.
And this breaks it down perfectly, the two futures for the ape. On one side, you've got these passionate Italians like Crescenzo who are literally setting up workshops to preserve the classic models, to keep that original spirit alive. And on the other side, well, manufacturing is moving to India, where production carries on, and it's even evolving with new electric versions.
But as you can imagine, this whole evolution thing, it's not being celebrated by everyone. There's this real sense among some of the enthusiasts that moving production out of its homeland, well, that it's a kind of betrayal of the ape's legacy and its deep, deep roots in Italy.
And that brings us right back where we started, full circle. Back to that profound personal connection. Back to the story of a man whose love for a machine goes way, way beyond just a simple hobby. I mean, this just says it all. This is the ultimate testament to that devotion. Crescenzo Longella, the same man who even took an ape on his honeymoon, has arranged for his final wish to be buried inside one of his beloved vehicles. It's a devotion that lasts, quite literally, a lifetime and beyond. So, you know, it just leaves you thinking. The ape truck, it was so much more than just metal and mechanics. It's a vessel for memories, it's a symbol of a nation's comeback, and for one man, it's a final embrace. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What everyday objects hold the stories of our lives?